Hello and welcome to my channel again. My name is Kat and I have for you today this lovely jewellery presentation about Faux emerald green glass ring. The production of this ring I estimate somewhere around 1960s, 1970s, but it copies the Art Deco designer style. And the reason why I think so is that I have owned and do own many Art Deco pieces, and the style of this ring definitely clicks with the Art Deco design. The significant thing here is when you look at the arms on the side, it's got that kind of Egyptian style flower. I think it's called abacus. We can find in many Art Deco pieces because they were inspired by Egyptian art, specifically around 1920s when Tutankhamun tomb was discovered. The glass that has been used for this ring is backfoil style we can find in Art Deco pieces. So I think that the glass that has been used for this ring is actually originally made in during the Art Deco era, but everything else seems to be made later in 1960s is my estimate, because it's got that kind of typical costume jewelry feel. I'm talking about the metal now. It's very difficult to say what's underneath this gilding, what sort of metal. Sometimes we can, it's very soft and light weight metal, so it can be tin, it can be copper. I think that brass would be slightly heavier, but it's really, the ring doesn't have any scratches, so even close-up look doesn't really tell me what sort of metal is underneath this gilding. It's adjustable ring, as you can see here, so you can adjust it to different sizes. You can make it smaller or larger, and that style we can find in many mid-century 60s jewelry rings, because I think because these rings were made, you know, as mass production, so they were all same size, although we can see some soldering here. Now I think that soldering also requires hands-on work, so this is still kind of mass production, you know, not as the mass production as we know it today. That is probably, no, most of it is based in China, so where I'm not really sure, but I presume that a lot of rings are now just made by machines, you know, and not by assistance of real people. So yeah, I like that human touch, you know, which we can see still on this ring. And there were a lot of glass beaded stocks were closed, you know, after around the Second World War, I think, and they were sold abroad for a very small money. So my guess is that this actually was made maybe in France, but it could be made in Britain as well. I'd say, you know, that all of this stock that was made before Second World War was then reused in mid-century 60s production of costume jewelry, which is lovely to see, because we have here a combination of different styles and different eras, which is absolutely amazing thing. I love history, I love different eras and learning about their significant impact on our history and the way we live today, you know, and what we can learn about it. So faux emerald glass is very popular with my customers. Usually when rings like these are listed, they get sold very fast. It's because emerald and green color is very popular. Emerald has got that sort of mystical vibe to it, and I think emerald was particularly popular during Art Deco era. So I love glass beads. When you look at it, I feel inspired every time I look at green stone and emerald. Even though when you see the real emerald, I'm not really sure how much you know yourself about the emeralds, but they have these beautiful clouds inside. And what I like about emeralds, that they're not particularly clean inside, and I like the rough look of the real stones, and I will definitely show you some real stone jewelry in the future. Although there's a huge market for real stones imitations, and they are really difficult to distinguish from the real stones. So I can imagine this ring to be worn by someone, you know, with the miniskirt that was popular in the 60s, and with floral dresses, you know, the associated brands. I can see Biba girl wearing this ring, because a lot of Biba style is definitely impacted by Art Deco style, and it was a revival during the 60s, and yeah, I think that's probably all I wanted to say. Maybe just that statement rings were really in that era, as it was with all pieces of fashionable garments also worn in that time. We can see many pictures, for example, of Twiggy, and I can absolutely see her wearing this type of ring as well. So it's a lovely example of something that maybe your grandma would wear when she was really young in the 1960s, and of course this ring will be also available to purchase in my Etsy shop. You can see the link below this video if you want to visit my shop, and I hope you've enjoyed this little presentation as well as I did, and I will definitely bring you more pieces of jewelry in the future and more presentations. And I will definitely bring you some more expensive pieces as well. I know that I tend to do these presentations about cheaper pieces, such as this one, but I do have many diamond pieces, and I also have all sorts of gemstone jewelry as well, which will be very interesting to talk about. So you have a lovely day, and I will see you with my next video, which will come very soon. Bye bye.